Oh yeah.
Okay. 76 truck.
The 76 Chevrolet Grumman that we had. Pete sold that to us when he sold that one to us. It was one of the last of the Grumman trucks ever made. Those folks had been on strike and they had some labor problems back then and stuff. And he sold us that truck. Well, that was one of the first real fire trucks we ever had. It had a 750 gallon per minute pump, 750 gallon per minute tank, and everything. Excellent truck for the rural area and everything. Well, when we got ready to replace when we bought that tanker, that 3,500 gallon tanker, we replaced that 76 truck. Well, the truck was in immaculate condition, and it was in such good shape. We were in a quandary about what to do with it because it was too good to junk. It was too just too good to do away with. And then Irene hit last year. If you remember, Irene hit in August of last year, and we had a fire department. We got some calls from a fire department, and I cannot think of their name, but they're real small fire department. They did not have a whole lot, and their station got just about 4 to 5 foot of water in it. Ruined all of their fire equipment. And he called us and he said, look, he said, I understand you've got a fire truck. Can we borrow it? And so what we did was we carried that fire truck down there, filled it full of gas for them and everything, because remember, they don't have anything. We got it fully stocked, full of gas, carried it down there to them, and of course they used it for several months. And then they said, well, they called us back and said, well, look, we've got some newer trucks that have been given to us and everything and all, and we're going to give you your truck back and everything. And we said, fine, that's no problem at all. And so they called us back about a month later and said, look, we've had 4 calls in the last month since I talked with you. And he said, your truck is the only truck that would run and pump water. He said, we didn't have any trouble with it cranking. We didn't have any trouble with it running. It performed fine and all. And we're going to keep that truck and all. So now we found a good home for that 76 truck and everything. Because remember, it didn't have but about 13,000 miles on it and everything and all. And that's just an interesting story on that truck that your daddy sold us. And like I said, it was in immaculate condition. He said, look, we didn't even have to do anything to it. We didn't, we let them have the hose and the nozzles and everything on there. And man, they were tickled to death. But that fire station's in Pamlico County.
Wow.
But that just a nice story.
Absolutely.
That's one of those feel-good stories.
Absolutely.
Help a bunch of guys out. We sold it to them for $1.
Wow.
And everything. So make everything legal. So.
Well, that's an amazing story, and of course, that's what you're here for, is to help people and to help your community. But in this situation, you were also helping a fire department in a county that was a ways, I guess there were several counties over from you, and not anywhere near your fire district.
75, 80 miles from us, and everything and all. And but that's one of those stories where you really, makes you feel good. Not only have you helped your community. I mean, that truck was in service in our community, for over 30 years. And now it'll be in service down there for another 10 or 15, maybe
Hope so.
years, if nothing happens. So you've taken a truck that was made for 25 years of service, and you may get 50 out of it. So it's just one of those.
Hard to believe.
Yeah, and those guys haven't got any money in it. That's the nice thing. They didn't have any money to put in it, and they didn't have to put any money in it. So that's great.
In a strange way, maybe the hurricane, maybe the natural disaster actually benefited their department as far as advanced them in firefighting equipment and so forth.
So they you know, they got a lot of help from a lot of departments and everything. But I thought that was a good story because, like I said, I met your dad in '75. When
Wow.
we ordered that truck, and that's I've known your dad ever since, and I've been chief now about 14 or 15 years. Now I've been 16 years. Next year will be 17 years that I've been chief. And your daddy came in when I got the chief job, and he said, "Look," said, "what do you think about us doing business?" I said, "Well, Pete, I got to be real honest with you." I said, "We have." I always enjoyed doing business with you and everything and all, and I don't see any need to change. So, so the last 16 years as chief, you know, we bought the bulk of our stuff from your dad.
Wow.
You know, so that's, you know, you take all that gear right there and everything and all. See, there's none of it that wasn't bought through your dad.
Well, we do appreciate that.
And everything. From the oldest gear down there to the newest gear. It was all your dad's stuff and everything and all. So, but yeah, he's been a good, well, he's been mighty good to us. We had our old tanker that we took out of service many years ago. That tanker broke down I believe one Saturday. And you know, he drove up here that Saturday afternoon. And I think the boys worked Saturday and Sunday. He ordered the parts Monday. And we had that tanker back going by about Wednesday or Thursday. He got the parts for us and everything. You know how much he charged us to work on that truck, and he was up here 3 or 4 days?
I don't know.
0.
Wow.
Didn't charge us a dime.
Wow.
To come up here and work on it, and everything and all. But I think we did a little honorarium, so to speak. But yeah, so that's the kind of dad, kind of fellow your dad's been to us, you know. And I imagine half the departments that you know you may talk to, you know, they've got similar stories. I know the department down at Facing, I don't know how much work he's done for those boys down there, because he'd stop either coming or going from Facing, you know, and everything, and they just really you know, did a lot of business with him too. But like I said, we've got like the hose and stuff on our trucks and stuff. That's where we got it all from. Pipe poles, everything.
Well, that's a beautiful story, Chief. Thank you for taking time to share that with me. That's a real beautiful story.
Well, you know, your dad, you know, I know, of course, you know, I'm pretty sure you know your dad's a good fella, but it's nice to know somebody else thinks so too.
Always dependable.
Yeah.
That's the way I've known him. He's all, you know, you can count on him. He comes through, and he's always dependable. And but he's tough right now. We've had this experience I share with you, and hopefully we won't have another one of those.
Yeah,
we'll get back on track and
well,